Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. We are the Bourbon Brothers. My name is Gavin.
And I'm Jeff.
And today we are drinking Wild Turkey 81 proof bourbon whiskey.
Yeah, so this would sort of be the Wild Turkey bottom shelf type whiskey, if you will. Certainly nothing wrong with it. It makes it, an admirable mixer, especially when you get $30 for a handle.
Yeah.
That's obviously awesome. But Wild Turkey, they have a variety of bourbons and rye whiskeys, and a variety of proofs, labels, etc. But this is sort of their one of their flagship products. This and then the 101 bourbon is probably a little more well known, but the 81 proof here is also, I imagine, one of the best sellers.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to holiday season, start talking about recipes for making punch and large quantities of alcohol like that. We usually try and pick one of these handles up for the cheap. And after all of our years of doing these videos, hard to believe we've never done a Wild Turkey 81 before. So we're just trying to make sure we cover all of our bases and wrap up the loose ends.
Yeah, it's definitely a highly sold bourbon and something a lot of people drink. So, we figure it's worth letting you guys know what our thoughts are on this product.
For sure. So with that said, let's get right into it. This is Wild Turkey 81 proof bourbon. There is no age statement, but we will jump right into the nose.
It is straight, so it's at least 2 years.
That is true.
It is
Thank you, Jeff.
the one thing we do know.
Yes, whenever there's straight bourbon whiskey on the label, it's been aged for at least a minimum of 2 years.
Getting some corn and a little bit of cinnamon there on the nose.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fruit forward on the nose, whether that's kind of like green apples or pears.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty grainy, also fairly earthy, whether that's like some type of like clay note almost, but fairly earthy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, it is what it is. It's 81 proof. It's pretty light. Let's jump onto the taste. Cheers. At 81 proof, we're talking breakfast bourbon here.
Yep.
So very light, very crisp. A little bit of vanilla at the tip of the tongue. A little bit of pear on the mid-palate. Kind of trails off after that.
Yeah, I'd throw in a little bit of corniness at first as well, but once you get sort of past that midpoint, a little bit of spiciness, there's a pretty quick drop off. Excuse me. Not a lot of finish here.
Yeah.
Fairly watery mouthfeel.
Yeah, a little bit of spice on the mid-palate, but this is not something that you're buying necessarily to drink neat on a nightly basis, but I do think it makes a fantastic cocktail, makes for a fantastic punch around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, and that's, primarily what we use it for.
Yeah, I think for what it is, for its value, it is definitely, I think, one that for us leans more towards the cocktail and, a mixer type bourbon. By no means would I be completely opposed to drinking this neat, but as Dan said, it's not something I'm going to, regularly sip. It's not an everyday type bourbon, but in a pinch, if that's what you got, it'll do.
Yeah.
It sort of touches on some of the different palate groups, but doesn't have a lot of depth to it, I would say. But it hits some sweet, a little bit of spicy. So there's some variance to the flavor.
Absolutely. So Jeff, what were the Bourbon Brothers review Wild Turkey 81?
This guy's going to get a C from the Bourbon Brothers.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's decent. From a value standpoint, definitely a good bang for your buck.
Yeah.
A little shallow on the flavor, the palate, but at $29 for a handle, you can only expect so much.
Absolutely.
Right. So I think it does. It's a decent whiskey, as Dan said.
Yeah, definitely. So we hope you enjoy the bourbon video. We'll try and review more of the Wild Turkey products as we go along. I think that's one area where we're definitely lacking. I think Wild Turkey Rare Breed is one that we haven't reviewed yet either, so that's definitely on our to-do list going forward. But for now, we hope you enjoyed the video. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Bourbon Beer Reviews. We'll tell you what to drink. Cheers.